What is up, guys? It is Zach and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about Back 4 Blood. They released a new trailer talking about the card system a little bit more. And usually I wouldn't do a video about something this small. I mean, the card system definitely has a lot to it. There are a lot of different cards that talk about different things, and I actually will be going into the different cards, or some of them at least, that we see in this video, because they actually do show off some new things, like some new special infected and all that. But there's just a lot I want to talk about in this trailer, because I think it has a lot more than I think it's, you know, advertising, because it says card system trailer, but really there's a lot more to it than that. So without any further ado, I'm actually going to show you the actual trailer. This is something I don't usually do, but since I'm not reacting to it, and since, because I've already watched it, and since Turtle Rock Studios' YouTube channel is a little bit on the smaller side, I definitely want to show you guys the actual trailer, and I'll leave a link to it in the description down below, but I will show it to you guys here, and we'll talk about it a little bit more in depth afterwards. So, here's the trailer.
From the award-winning creators of Left 4 Dead, Turtle Rock Studios presents an all-new first-person zombie shooter that utilizes a system of advanced AI known as the Game Director. The Game Director works behind the scenes, monitoring players' actions, health, and choices, then responds by choreographing the world around them. Each player gets a roller coaster ride, and no run will ever be the same. Deal, slay, earn, and replay. A cornerstone of an unforgettable game is replayability. With Back 4 Blood, the Game Director takes that pillar to another level by managing an innovative new card system. It starts with the deal. As you jump into a mission, the Game Director will play a set of corruption cards. Corruption cards can modify environmental conditions.
We got them!
Add challenges.
Stick together!
Get to the safe room!
And send special written mutations your way.
Not finished yet.
After the Director plays their cards, you and your team get to play yours. You can jump right into the action by choosing a pre-made deck or dig into Back 4 Blood's vast customization. It's your choice how deep you want to go.
Sign me up.
Each player gets dealt a set of cards from their deck and can strategize with their friends over which to play. These cards offer buffs and bonuses that can amplify any playstyle you choose.
Keep it up and the written don't stand a chance.
Now, it's time to slay. Don't get overrun by a swarm of stingers. With the combat knife, you can thin out the horde with just a few stabs. The armored ridden can take a beating. Hopefully you have the ammo stash, because you're gonna need a lot of bullets. The blighted ridden are dangerous even after they're dead. But with the pyro card, you replenish some of your health with every fiery death. As you prove your grit taking down the ridden, there are tons of different cards you can earn. Take on optional challenges and objectives, where you'll earn supply points and unlock new cards. You can even use your supply points to unlock cosmetic skins to customize your character. Once all the cards are on the table, you're ready to get back out there for even more carnage. The Game Director will adapt each mission to be dynamic and intense, always offering new challenges to make sure no playthrough feels the same as the last.
Here they come!
You and your friends will need to think on your feet to overcome anything the Game Director throws your way.
Piece of cake!
Find yourself constantly overrun by ridden? Try shifting up your style by equipping cards that support your team with a medic build. Or play using your demolition build and fill your deck with explosive modifiers that leave the ridden in pieces. Of course, you can always get up close and personal with a melee build and focus on hacking and slashing. Play your cards. Slay the ridden with your crew. Earn epic rewards. Then jump back in for a fresh new experience every time.
So as you guys saw, at least in my personal opinion, the game is already looking so much better than before. I mean, it looked decent before, like, you know, it looked pretty good graphically, but I think it's really starting to, you know, look really, really good. Before, I thought the graphics were good. I didn't think they were anything special, but I thought they were good. But now, in my personal opinion, I think they're looking actually really, really good. And I really hope that the game continues to improve in terms of its visuals, and all that. But we're not going to talk much about that. We're going to talk about the actual meat and potatoes of the trailer itself. So let's get into that. Alright, so I have the trailer pulled up here. Let's go into it. We're going to dive into it one frame at a time. So like I said, everything it looks so much better. Or it doesn't look so much better than before, but it looks, you know, like things, it looks like it's starting to come together is what I'm trying to say here. So as we get to see the special, or the regular infected, I think they're really starting to individualize, like, how the special infected look, or sorry, the regular infected, because I remember in Left 4 Dead, a lot of the regular infected just kind of look the same, but in this trailer, you can kind of see that they have a lot of different, like, looks in terms of clothing styles and all that, so I think it looks really, really cool, and if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty certain when the zombies' eyes glow, I think that means something. I think that means either they're harder, like they're harder to fight or something like that, because I think I remember a card that said like their eyes glow or whatever, or some sort of mutation or whatever. Especially because all of them, like none of them have hair. They're all, you know, like there's something special about these particular common infected. But yeah, like I said, this game is just looking really, really good now. Like this is what I imagine next gen Left 4 Dead to look like. Obviously, there's no UI here, but it looks so, so good. I cannot wait to get this in October. So there's nothing really new to say right here. Obviously, we see, I think there's actually 2 tall boys we saw in that last frame. Let me go back really quickly. Let's see, there's a tall boy there. Oh no, oh yeah, there were 2 tall boys. There was one to the right, so it does, I think, so, like, I know there's a tall boy there and a tall boy there. I know there's different, like, appearance rates depending on, again, what cards the game director plays against you, so... sorry I'm like diving into every little detail. By the way, this shot right here looks gorgeous. This actually reminds me of the Left 4 Dead campaign. Oh shoot, which one was it? It's from Left 4 Dead 1, I believe. Was it no, it wasn't Dead Air. It was shoot. It wasn't No Mercy, it wasn't Dead Air. I don't remember, but the church, you know, or actually it might have been Left 4 Dead 2. I don't know. Either way, it looks like the church. I'll put the name of the campaign on the screen. But it looks kind of like that, except obviously next gen. The fog is really, really good. The atmosphere is really creepy there. I love it. So good. And it also looks like, if I'm not mistaken, here, it almost looks like they're defending the church, which, again, is just like in that Left 4 Dead campaign, where they're kind of defending the church until the safe room door opens. So that could be a throwback to that. Or it could be if this is the finale and they're going to get rescued at the church. I don't know. I don't think that was in the campaign that was in the playable demo back in December of last year. But yeah, so we could see that was this Eduardo? I think this was Eduardo. Eduardo's down, and oh, shoot, what was his name? I forget that guy's name, but he's probably reviving him. You got the stingers that are like the hunters. We already established that. There's the wretch. There's the ogre. So that stuff's already been kind of established. Nothing new there. Okay, there's actually some interesting stuff coming up here, I think. There's lots of different cards that are shown and all that. So I think, did we just see another special infected? I think, yep. So, this special infected here, this red one that's glowing, that one is called a stinger. I believe that one's named. And a stinger, it's like a combination of the witch and, like, I guess a boomer almost. Where if you alert or go near the stinger, it will let out a shriek that attracts a horde. It's almost like, or no, it isn't almost. It's exactly like the screamer concept from the original Left 4 Dead game. That never made it into the final game, where there's a special infected called a screamer, and if you got close to them, they'd scream and alert the special infected, or a horde of infected. So it's basically the cut screamer, just in a different body, which I think is cool. Except it's not like the witch where you want to avoid it; you want to kill it as quickly as possible. So that's that. So yeah, I like this scene, the like hedge maze scene here. It looks really, really cool. It's like an old English town, almost looks like, you know, the brick house kind of gives me that vibe. But it's like a maze. It's really, really cool. I love hedge mazes because Harry Potter, the Goblet of Fire, obviously there's a hedge maze. So some cards here. You know, nothing really spectacular here. So deal. So I believe there was a couple cards here actually I wanted to, yes, here. Okay, this is interesting. I love these cards. All these cards are so cool. So these cards are the ones that can be played against you. These ones, the game director can play against you. So let's go through these one at a time. Armored Ridden. SWAT armor. So basically these are armored zombies. There's not much to explain here. They basically take more damage. So that's that. The next one is probably the most interesting one, to me at least. Hag. I think this is another, I don't think, I know this is another special infected. I don't know if the Hag is its actual name, or if it's like a Stinger Hawker situation where there's like multiple names. I don't know, but let's read this card. The best way to avoid being devoured is to not rouse the ire of the Hag. Defeat the Hag to earn a bonus reward. So, just by reading that, because we don't actually see it in action in this trailer, it basically sounds like the Witch. You don't want to bother it, you don't want to go near it. If you do, then you're in for a tough time. It's probably really hard to kill, hence why it says defeating it will give you a bonus reward. So I'm really interested to see what that special infected is all about. Cause it sounds like the Witch, which will be really, really interesting because I love its design too. You know, a lot of these special infected look very human. Like, the thing I loved about Left 4 Dead 1's special infected is that, like, some of them looked just like plain humans, and then some of them had some real deformities to them. And I like that this game is also doing the same thing. Some of them, like, most of them are kind of mutated in some way. But, you know, most of them have the humanistic traits to them. And then you have this one that doesn't really look much human, except for maybe the arms and the lower body. I don't know. The next one is also really interesting. Armored Tall Boys. Self-explanatory. These tall boys are armored. And I'm really interested to see that, because that means all the special infected can also be buffed, can also be made stronger. And it's also showing just how many different ways this game can be played. It's that each experience will be different because there will be differently equipped zombies, and I love that. Speaking of, Charred Ridden. Now, I can't exactly read the text at the bottom there. It's pretty hard to read. But my guess is that these are regular zombies, but they probably explode. All I see is keep your distance, these burning something, ignore the something entirely. So I'm presuming these ones are kind of, they're probably more like the uncommon infected from Left 4 Dead 2, where they appear sometimes, you know, and they're not regular infected. They are uncommon infected that are part of the regular infected, if that makes sense. And I'm presuming when it says keep your distance, they probably explode. That's my guess. Either explode or just like burst into flames or something like that. This last one I'm really interested in. And this is an event card, so all these are just ridden cards, things that affect the infected. But the dark, and this, by the way, this is a picture of the Stinger, by the way, on this card. The power is out. The night is full of the chattering of snitches. Stay quiet and you might make it through. So this probably means that there's going to be a lot of snitches, and it'll probably also, like, make the game dark. It'll probably, like, if the setting is daytime, it'll probably switch to nighttime. And that's probably where the glowy eye zombies maybe come in. I don't know. But I'm really, really interested to see that. Sorry, this video is going to be long, by the way. Like I said, there's a lot in this trailer. So we got a tall boy there. So here we go. The dark. So this is the last card we just read. So the lights go off. Hold on. So let's see the transformation. So boom. This is before. This is the scene without the card played. And then boom. This is it with. It's so cool. I love it. It gives the game so much more character, given all these different situations you could be put in. You know, I love that. So then next, there's also, I'm presuming will show me the card, I don't know, but up here you see there are objectives that the game can set for you, which are really, really interesting. Let's see here, we got Wretch up there. So, okay, so we got a bunch of special infected in here. We got a Stinger, we got a Tall Boy, we got a Wretch. Nothing to see here. Obviously, this kind of goes into a bit of just the standard stuff about equipping your cards to your player, and that each card does something different. And you know, like this I'm like here, like Overwatch, where it says kills from greater than 20 meters, grant 5 temporary health to teammates within 5 meters of the target. You know, self-explanatory. Your secondary weapon has unlimited ammo, so that's making it like Left 4 Dead, where your pistol has unlimited ammo. So there's a lot of different stuff here, a lot of different things that you can equip, and I'm really excited to see or to figure out what combination works best for me. I already know I'm probably going to rely a lot on ammo and health, because I go through ammo like no one's business, and I also hate going down. So that's probably what I'm going to rely on. So it's really, really cool. And like, look at this, man. This looks so cool. Like, just seeing all the different infected running through like the fire and all that, like, just looks so cool. So, you know, self-explanatory cards here, nothing to really go into much of. I remember I saw there was a card. Actually, I'll get to that, I guess, when it actually shows it. Here we go. This is what I was thinking of. Huge swarms of stingers, stalkers, and hawkers will attack on a timer. So, okay, this is where I get trying to think. Okay, so this is another event card. So this is something that just happens. I wonder if it's something that happens randomly or is throughout the campaign. Because this also goes back to the power outage one, right? It looked like the power outage happened just randomly. You know, when, like in that hallway. Here, it might be just like a bunch of stingers, hawkers, and what is the other one? Stalkers, I guess, is another one. They'll all attack at the same time, which will be really, really interesting. Like, just imagine like 20 hunters just coming after you. That would be insane. But I'm curious. I mean, we see it a bit here. Like, there's a hawker there. There's a hawker there. Yeah, so it's a combat knife, deals extra damage with your bashes. Okay, armored ridden, we already talked about this one, but there's armored zombies, which are really, really interesting. Ammo stash, okay, we talked about that one. Here we go, blighted ridden. A mutation has turned the ridden blood into acid. They leave behind pools of caustic acid on deaths. Okay, so those make common infected act as spitters. Almost like when they die, they just drop pools of acid. That's freaking cool. I love that. Like, that's just so, so cool. See, Pyro's a talent. I think the video explained that this one, yes, it increases cleaner health whenever the ridden get killed with fire, so like Molotovs and all that. So there are so many different cards. Oh, wait, did I just see, hold on. Someone called a Shredder. Shredder's a talent. Oh, I guess it's just a weapon thing. I thought that was like a name for a special infected or something. Okay, so this is where I think they go into like the cosmetics, where oh, okay, maybe not. Yeah, oh yeah, it is. So yeah, so there's different cosmetics that you can get for your guns and your characters. This is something I'm wondering about. This is something I'm not sure about. The trailer says stuff about earning these things. And to me, that word isn't a good enough word for me to rule out microtransactions. Now, here's the thing. I don't care if they put microtransactions in this game. I don't care. I do have one asterisk to that statement, though. I don't want them to make it so you have to pay for upgrades. That's my big thing. If it's like, oh, you can spend a couple bucks, whatever, and get a gold plating for your guns, or a yellow baseball bat, but functionally they are no different than the regular stuff, I'm fine with that. Because the fact that it's just cosmetic, it's just for looks, it's just you supporting the devs and getting the cosmetic stuff, whatever, that I don't care about. For me, it would be like, okay, you could spend $5 or $10 on a pass, and you get this golden gun, which deals 20% extra damage. That kind of stuff would bother me. Now, it wouldn't bother me as much in, like, because this game isn't competitive. This game is a cooperative game where you are 4 survivors. But, presuming if they go to Left 4 Dead formula, there'll probably be a versus mode. Actually, I think there even is going to be a versus mode, where it's going to be the cleaners versus the special infected ridden. So, this could make give the cleaners team a really bigger advantage if, like, all their players have, like, all this decked out stuff because they spent money on it. And I mean, to me, I just think it's kind of wrong, in my opinion, to pay to win or to pay to have an advantage. I think having your advantages, like, obviously certain players will have certain advantages based on what they have, but those kind of things should be got based on skill. right? You should be able to unlock some of this stuff. You should be able to unlock certain things. If you beat all campaigns on an expert level or the highest difficulty level, yeah, you can get something extra for that. Sure, you can get like a golden gun that does extra damage for completing all the modes, or sorry, all the campaigns on expert. Like, yeah, you get something for that. That's you putting in your work. You get an advantage for doing your work in the game, not by paying your way to win. So, I know they didn't say anything about that in this trailer, if this stuff will cost money, if there's going to be a shop or anything like that, but I did want to say that. Personally, I think it's an ugly practice. I mean, like I said, the cosmetics themselves, that's one thing. Like, I don't care about that, but the actual pay-to-win stuff, that's what I don't want to see from this. So, and also, we see the survivors have different outfits. I like that. It's like I said, as long as they don't impact your playing, your ability. Like, you just get the outfits based on preference. Like, look at Hoffman here. Like, come on. Like, who wouldn't want to deck out Hoffman like that? Like, I think that's very, very possible. I wish I remembered this guy's name. But yeah, it's Hoffman, Holly, Eduardo, I think, and I think his name starts with a J. I don't remember, but either way, yeah. So let's see. We went over all these cards, and yeah. Oh, by the way, each characters do have their own specific cards, so that's something to note. Yeah, I don't really think there was that much else from this trailer. It actually says replay. Obviously, each time you replay the game, the outcome is different. Hold on, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, was that a wretch? That did not look like a wretch to me. The wretch, I don't remember having spikes. And he didn't explode. Like, wretches usually explode. I don't think that's a wretch. I think this is a different special infected, or it's a different version of the wretch. Maybe it's like an armored wretch that has spikes and takes more shots to kill, just like the armored tall boy was. Speaking of, there's one other special infected that I don't think we've seen before, but I also don't know if it's the behavior patterns of a special infected we already have. So here we see, cards that increase your healing speed, stuff, demolition, adds a throwable slot and fire resistance, self-explanatory. There's a stinger being killed. Melee, increases melee damage. Again, self-explanatory. Okay, where's that special infected I saw? Actually, I don't even think we're that close to the end. Okay, so yeah, hold on a second. Let me listen to this part really quickly and see if it says anything about the weapons. Okay, I'm back. So it said earn epic rewards. It's exactly what I said before. It said earn epic rewards. I'm really hoping that means that all this stuff can be unlocked in the game, or if anything, have a currency system to where yes, you can spend like, let's say $5 to get a certain amount of points. Almost like, I think Fortnite does this, where you get like points that you can use in your store. But I would love these points to be something you could also earn in game. Like, if you're gonna make these weapons something that are both cosmetic and give you power, like certain advantages, at least have it so you can unlock it. Give us a way to unlock it without spending the money. It said earn. I'm hoping we can actually earn it through the game and not earn it through buying it. That's my main thing, but yeah. Okay, so, yep. Oh, that actually was another special infected. Hold on. I think that was the hag. I think this is the hag that we just came across here. So, yeah, so that was the hag, and then there's one more special infected that I mentioned earlier. This one. I'm wondering if this is the tall boy? Like a variation of the tall boy? I can't tell. It might be, actually. It might be a variation of the tall boy. I think it is. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I think it is a variation of... Oh, God, look at that hand, though. Oh, my God, that's so creepy. So, yeah, I think that is a variation of the tall boy. And then, yeah, this guy. I think this is the same guy we saw earlier, right? I thought it was the mutation of the wretch. Yeah, that's definitely not a wretch. Like the wretch had faces in its body, didn't have the spikes. Yeah, so this is a different kind of special infected. I wonder what that is. The name wasn't there. But, I mean, I'm still satisfied with this trailer overall. We saw many, we saw what? At least 2 different, or new special infected. We saw the Stinger a little bit more. The Stinger wasn't a new one that we saw. We saw the Stinger before in the gameplay, not the trailer. But there's just so much to this game that's really making it appealing to me. I'm really interested in this game. I'm really, really excited for this game. But what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments down below what you're thinking about this game. I'm super excited. I cannot wait. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. All the stuff down below. Click on the notification bell so you're notified when I upload videos. And check out the merch store. There's some cool ZakPak merch up on there for you to see. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video.